Alright guys, so it's rest day, which means that I've worked out every single part of my body to the point that it doesn't make anatomical sense for me to keep training. The muscles are broke down to their maximum capacity or very close to it. So that's when I feel like it's rest day. I don't have a scheduled rest day. I rest when I know my muscles can't be broken anymore. And that happens to be today. I think it's Thursday, May 15th. And it's first rest day this week. And I always record like training and like at the gym and after the gym, and I post reels about me in the gym and after the gym, but I never like me doing like and how I do my rest day that allows me to reset in the proper way to get back in the gym training, because it's not even an opinion, it's an objective truth that recovery is equally as important as how hard you train. You have to recover as hard as you train. And how that might sound like an oxymoron that you have to recover hard, it's true. You have to take the same amount of effort and like same seriousness in your recovery that you do when you're in the gym training, because just like in life, you have to put yourself in a position to succeed, right? So succeeding in the gym is getting the gains and seeing results. So to get the gains and see results, your muscles have to build back up from being broke down. So I also said that I'm documenting my whole process, and if it's something I'm doing, it's part of my process, whether it's helping me or hurting me. And I just strive to do things that only help me, and strive to not do things that like mess up my progress pretty much. And like striving really hard right now, past week, to just document the whole process. So like when I have motivation, when I don't have motivation, when I wake up on time, when I wake up late, because it helps me hold myself to my own standards. So that's basically what this video is about. So I guess I'm just gonna go through some stretches, and the pool is a little cold, so I'll probably hop in there, and then yeah, we'll get straight to the real content after the recovery, because recovery is just as mental as it is physical, just how the gym is just as mental as it is physical. And there's definitely deeper levels to it than just the action, but you have to take the action first before you have the opportunity to reflect. So I'm gonna take the action, gonna do my recovery process, do my stretches, and then we're gonna reflect. But yeah. I just got finished with my stretching part of recovery and my cold plunge, so the physical part of my recovery. And right now is time for the mental part of recovery. And the mental translation of training recovery is reflection. So I just want to take this time, after really putting in the most consistency and having the most discipline perhaps ever in my life over a period of 4 days, and take this time to not really, I don't really want to celebrate because the work isn't done yet. This is bare minimum. I showed myself what I'm capable of, so now I know I'm capable of doing more if I create the correct circumstances to do so. But first day I would say that started this realization is Sunday. And on Sunday I cleaned my bathroom, my car, my office. I cleaned all of the spaces that I spend my time in, because like I've said in videos before, you already know what to do. You just keep making excuses why not to do it. So if you can find excuses to do stuff, then that is when you'll reach a level of sustainability and consistency with the systems that you have in place, because you will find it easier to do the things that are normally hard for you to do, because you have went through the process of creating that motivation by finding excuses to do something. When you are motivated to do something, that means you found an excuse to be motivated, right? When you find an excuse for something, you are motivated on that topic, right? Think about somebody that's unhealthy. They found an excuse to eat a cheeseburger, and they're motivated to take a bite. So the same things that drive people to do bad things that are so easily understood are the same qualities that drive you to do good things if your mindset is in the right place. Because the same thing right now, right? If I had 4 days of partying, right? What's the first thing you do when you get back from a vacation or you get back from a long night out party, right? The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna talk to all the people you were there with and recap what's going on. You're gonna reflect on what's going on. It's the same thing when you do something good and when you do something bad. So if I'm doing good for myself, I got rid of every excuse on day one. I set the standard for myself so high that my failures still look like success in comparison to 99.999% of other people. Day 3, I continued that momentum and did more. I stayed up late on day 3 creating content because I realized through reflection that I am not doing enough. Then day 4, woke up late and had to keep going, doing all of the things that I normally did, had to take time to reflect on where my time was being spent and reimagine what that's going to look like in the future, and showed myself that with discipline in the beginning, you can literally create your own progress. And as simple as that sounds, I wouldn't be saying it if it didn't feel valuable, right? With the correct systems and consistency, you can create your own growth. But it's day 5, and today is the recovery day and the reflection day, and I'm sure there's a million more things I can say, but 100% of the people watching these videos don't make it this far into the video except me. So I guess this last note will be for myself, and I just want to say thank you for being the best version of yourself. Thank you for showing yourself that you can put the work in. Thank you for showing yourself that with small changes, big results happen when you stack wins. See, you're a math guy, right? You're going to college probably for finance, and you understand the concept of exponential growth and compound interest, right? So if you're stacking wins every day, it might be small things, but those small things create momentum, which is the whole idea of your personal branding, momentum. Because those small wins, those small tasks, like you told all of those guys in your DMs, I'll explain that if you do it the right way, writing these 5 things in your notebook every day will create a new reality for yourself. And people like my story, and people may ask me about what my goals are and ask me what I'm doing, but the majority of the people are silent because they're listening. Because when you're talking, you're not listening, right? So when people are quiet, they're observing and they're watching what I'm doing. And whether they want to support me, whether they actively communicate that they do support me, or whether they hate me, it doesn't matter, because the goal is to have people's attention. So when people are observing me and listening, I'm doing something right. And that is the only metric that I follow. if I'm hearing good things, then that means that I'm giving a message to the person that said that good thing that they resonate with enough to share an emotion. And if it's a bad thing and somebody verbalizes a bad emotion, then at that point they're giving me views. These videos aren't for everyone. Like I said, at this point I'm the only one watching this video, but that's why I started making them in the first place. And on the first day I literally said that I'm not making these videos for anyone else but myself, because at the end of the day I'm trying to document my process, and this is the process.